Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Europa Universalis for the Million Ducat Challenge campaign. And we are back, and yeah, we're back at a good spot. Cape Verde has turned into a city, so we gain 1 base production. This is actually quite a nice province now, 3 production. It's fairly nice. And we gain some prestige from that, and yeah, we got a colonist back. We can pick a new mission here. Discover what awaits on the Ivory Coast. Mission succeeds when the following criteria are met. Portugal discovers the Ivory Coast node. That's definitely something that we want to do. Portugal gains Ivory Coast trade concessions, trade power +5 in Ivory Coast for 10 years. And 1 mercantilism. Yeah, that's a good mission. Our explorer is currently exploring the Caribbean Sea. Let me check. We cannot reach this, but it might be possible that we are able to reach this one of these islands here. I'm not sure. This is supply limit 265. What is our colonial range? Is our colonial range the same as the supply range? Not sure. No, the supply range is 195, but the distance is 265. I'm not sure if that's the same distance, but we will probably colonize one of these islands. So our colonist has to wait a while in our nation, because I don't want to send him to Brazil when we can colonize the Caribbean, because the Caribbean are just a little bit nicer. It feeds straight into the Sevilla node, especially if we have a lot of presence here, which is definitely something that we want. We want the Caribbean, the Panama, of course we want the Amazons, Brazil, all that good stuff as well. But I will keep colonizing. Castile is still at war with Morocco. We don't have any alliances yet. Let me see. No, we don't have any alliances. We still get a royal marriage with England. But we are looking into securing an alliance with France or Aragon. Either one of these 2 guys, and I can get an alliance with the Papal States. So we probably should, just as a protection. So that's something that I'm gonna work towards, and we're gonna explore. And I will be back when there are more updates. Talking about that alliance with the Papal State, our diplomat is back. I'm gonna offer the alliance just as a form of protection. They bring quite a bit of troops. So if Castile decides to attack me, the Papal State will join me, and then I will have a fairly good chance with my troops combined with the troops of the Papal States to fight Castile. But the goal is to be able to attack Castile for the Sevilla node. But I don't mind if that takes a couple of years or maybe a couple of decades. I don't really care. The trade money will start to flow once we have the colonies going, and we're just starting the colonization game, so it's okay if this takes a while. And there we have it. We discovered the Ivory Coast trade node, so we gained mercantilism and we gained some trade power there. We probably want to start colonizing this fairly soon as well, because we really want to be there first. We want to make a nice trade company here. We also want to attack Jolof for this center of trade, but that's gonna have to wait a while. I think I will split my colonists as soon as I can. I will use 1 for the Caribbean and use 1 for Africa. I think that's perfectly fine, especially as soon as we get this Portuguese colonial growth. We can definitely afford that. So we're gonna send our explorer onto another mission. We're gonna explore the Caribbean Sea coast, and hopefully next time I will be back and we will start colonizing one of these little islands here. We've got a mission to convert Tangiers to Catholic. That's something that we definitely want to do, but a missionary strength isn't strong enough. It's gonna take a while, so we're gonna recruit a missionary from the clergy, not a missionary, an inquisitor. Well, admin tech minus 10%. Nice for the next 20 years. Ooh, that's really gonna help us. So we're gonna recruit a inquisitor here. He's a little bit cheaper. We'll have to wait a while before we can afford him now. So there we go. It's probably gonna take a very long time. Yes, there we go. So I'll have to figure out a way to get more missionary strength to convert this province. There we go, we have sent our first colonist to the Caribbean. We sent it to Barbados. Normally I would colonize this island chain, but I'm gonna have to transport troops around anyway, so I thought I picked the closest island here so we can work our way towards the further away stuff, and hopefully in the meantime blockade any other countries that want to colonize this area. I hope that I did enough. Wait, where are my transports? I hope I did enough maintenance on them to make sure they can reach this far without getting destroyed or getting lost in the storm, but I think we will be fine. By the way, I also need to revoke this province from the clergy. I will do that soon. Thought maybe by gifting it to the clergy we'll be able to convert it a little bit faster, but it's not the case. So we're gonna have to wait. Later on in the game we have some nice decisions to increase missionary strength. But for now we will just have to wait and take the unrest here. It's gonna be fine. There we go, what happened? Ooh, we landed our troops. The natives, ooh, 1 base tax. Oh, that's not that big of a deal. And I should be able to plant my boats there now. I got a port. This is really great. The colonists are working. We got the troops to fight the natives if necessary. But that's gonna good. Do we want to bit of money? Let's gain prestige. We don't really care about aggressiveness because you know we got the troops to fight it. Alright, I'm gonna continue and I will be back soon with an update. And as usual, the explorer dies when the boats are on a mission. That's really unfortunate. I'm gonna send the boats here, I think. Wait, can I not control the boats now? Or will they just continue? I think they will continue. We'll recruit a new explorer and set it on the boat right away. We got a nasty disease in one of our colonies, or our only colony I should say. We could ignore the suffering. They lose 500, apparently they lose 500 size and 200 size. And our settler chance will go down, but we can also choose to lose a bit of money and our settler chance goes up and our global settler increase also goes up. So I think that's the best option. We have 82 global settler or I should say we don't have 82, but this colony is growing with 82. Yeah, that's definitely really good. We have 87 global settler increase now. That's really strong, and we didn't even pick this one yet, plus 50. So yeah, Portugal with the ages, with the splendor picks is definitely a really strong colonizer. I really like it. Our explorer has finished a mission, so we can send him on a new one. That's definitely something that we're gonna do. You can explore the coast of the South Atlantic, and we can purchase an ability. Yes, let's choose Portuguese colonial growth, global settler increase, plus 50. That is so incredibly strong. This is really good now. Let me see. Ooh, I always forget where it's. Ooh, 137. And it's only 1470. Normally these numbers, I don't know, midway the 16th century, so these are numbers like 100 years early. I feel this is so really good. Of course, there's some increased numbers from missions and stuff like that which will go away, but still, as long as we can keep it this high, this is really good. This colony is growing really fast, and hopefully we can get a colonial nation quite fast here. That would be golden. Disaster has struck. I was at no army maintenance, and the natives rise up, and it were 2k men, and normally it's quite easy to win, but not this time. So they're gonna siege the province, and that's gonna bring down the colony a little bit. So that's a little setback. So I have to bring the transport back. Yeah, that costed us 100 inhabitants there. So let's train 2 more infantry here, and bring 2 of them back to the island. And I probably should keep army maintenance. You know what? I could do this with half maintenance, and let's, instead of bringing, let's bring 4 regiments. It's a bit of a hassle. I mean, I'm taking quite a few troops to the natives, so we can't really use the army for much. I kind of want to attack Jolov and Benin and Congo for their centers of trade, but for now we don't really have the troops to both suppress the natives and attack these guys. So we're gonna bring troops to the island again, and hopefully everything will be fine. And it wasn't long before we finished our colony in Barbados. It's really fast, so I'm really happy about it. We finished this, and let's continue to send the colonists over there. We can send the troops over there. That's really nice to have the fleet there. We can of course state this. I will have to think about it. I will probably do. What happens if we state it? Let's do it, and let's for it probably. Yeah, that's gonna bring down the autonomy. Yeah, that's definitely good. And we can pick our second colonist from the exploration IDs. That is definitely something that we can do. How many natives are here? 1,000. I think I can afford to split this army and send half of it up this way. Probably, hopefully. And we're gonna send the colonist there as well. Maybe if we arrive, the natives will rise up and get a good... No, we don't. Alright, I think this will be enough. Hopefully we won't have any other disasters happening there. Our last ID in the exploration IDs, make sure that we can build more boats, which is really helpful because now we can expand our trade fleet to protect trade a little bit harder, to gain more money from trade, and it allows us to build more transports, which we definitely can use to transport troops around, depending on whether we want to attack or to protect a colony. I was looking in colonizing Africa. At first I thought all the Ivory Coast centers of trade were, and estuaries were, owned by Congo, Benin and Jolov, but below this screen there is the center of trade of the Gold Coast. I forgot about the Gold Coast. There are a lot of natives there and they're very aggressive, but it's a really good province to have, because this will allow us to get a bunch of trade power in the node here, and that might bump us up to 50% trade power here. Maybe not, I'm not sure. But it will allow us to colonize further here, and once we have a border with Benin, we can start fabricating on Benin, and we have a good place to land troops, so we don't have to land directly into Benin itself. So as soon as one of the colonies finishes in the Caribbean, we're gonna pull one colonist and we're gonna colonize Africa as well. We can purchase another ability, and I got the most important ones, the colonizing ones. But now I don't really need reduced aggressive expansion. Claims bordering claims. This is quite nice for claiming Mexico. So I think I will go for claims bordering claims, so we can claim most of Mexico. For example, Quiche. We can fabricate claims on Quiche now because we finished exploration. We can start to claim all this land and start to conquer Mexico, because we do not only need to colonize, we also need to conquer a bit of land in the New World, so we get a decent power base there. And our colony in St. Luca has finished. That gives us 4 prestige, which is really nice. It's excellent. Let's core the land straight away. We got plenty of admin points, that's really good. Which one was it? It was actually the second one finished first, so that's actually really interesting. Now we're gonna send the colonists to the Gold Coast, and I think I'm gonna pull like 10k troops. So we're gonna get rid of some cavalry and get rid of some infantry. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna select these units, 10k units, all the way to the Gold Coast. And we will start colonizing the Gold Coast, and hopefully next episode we will finish it. Yeah, we will definitely finish it next episode, of course, because we only show the highlights. I hope you enjoyed it so far. I hope you enjoyed this episode as well. We are starting to colonize really nicely here. We get 3 provinces, or almost 3 provinces in the Caribbean. So 2 more, and we have our first colonial nation, which is really nice. We will help the colonial nation at first. I think we will help it a bit to get going. There we go. It finished. So we can send some more troops over. I think we will send all 4k there, and we can send the second colonist there as well. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode here. Hopefully you enjoy it. I really enjoyed this. I really like this pace. It gives me the opportunity to think a little bit more about what I'm gonna say. It's also it is a little bit more intense, but still I really enjoyed. Ooh, we easily won from the natives in the Gold Coast, so we might be able to pull off some troops. Maybe we just need 5k, but I just want to make sure that I don't lose too many. Our force limit isn't that high, but it will steadily grow. It's already grown by 2 again. These provinces are really rich, so they really help growing our force limit. But I think it will go down as soon as we have the colonial nation. So we don't want to train up to our force limit just yet. We just want to... And we want to have a decent size army, but we don't need too big of an army. Later on we probably still want to get Castile, but... not Castile, Sevilla from Castile. Maybe a couple of more provinces. But I'm not in a hurry. That can wait. Even if it takes 100 years to get some land from Castile, that's still okay, because most of the money will start to flow later in the game. At this moment, yeah, the money is starting to flow. I mean, we're making 6 ducats of trade. It's not really that much, but I think we will start to see this number increase really rapidly soon. As soon as we get some colonial nations and trade companies, we will get some extra merchants, and merchants will be able to transfer all the goodies from the New World to our beloved Sevilla node. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, please leave a like. If you don't, it's okay to dislike. Please don't dislike too much. No, it's okay. And subscribe if you want to see more of this in the future. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.